Welcome back to Bank of USA Coins, the home of rare old coins and hidden treasures. Today, we are revealing the top 5 most valuable Lincoln 1-cent pennies that could turn an ordinary pocket coin into a life-changing jackpot. Some of these pennies are worth thousands, and even collectors are hunting them right now. If you are a coin dealer, hunter, or just someone who loves old US money, this is good news because one of these rare pennies might already be sitting in your collection. Stay with us until the end, because the final coin on this list shocked the entire coin market and its updated value will surprise you. Right now, first up, coins collectors today, we are diving into one of the most talked about modern pennies in American history, the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small copper coin that most people ignore every day. But what if I told you some rare versions of this penny can be worth hundreds, thousands, and in extreme collector hype even talked about as million-dollar legends? This is the year of the American bicentennial, a time of celebration, pride, and massive coin production, and hidden inside that ocean of pennies are mistakes, rare grades, and collector treasures that can change the life of someone who knows what to look for. So before you spend another penny or throw coins into a jar, watch this carefully, because the 1976 penny might already be in your house. The 1976 Lincoln penny was struck during a historic year, celebrating 200 years of American independence, while quarters halves and dollars got special bicentennial designs. The penny kept the classic Lincoln portrait, but collectors paid extra attention to coins from this year because production was huge, and that means more chances for rare mint errors and high-grade survivors. The coin was made mostly of copper, with a small amount of zinc weighing about 3.1 grams, and produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with billions released into circulation but value. Bright red uncirculated example, graded mint state 65 or higher by professional grading services, can jump to serious collector money, especially if it has original mint luster. No scratches and strong detail coins. Graded mint state 67 red have sold for hundreds of dollars. And when you reach the extreme top population coins, mint state 68 red, the value can explode into thousands because only a tiny number survive. In that perfect condition, collectors compete fiercely for registry sets, and they will pay shocking prices for the best known example. Now we move to the real treasure zone, errors and varieties. This is where the story becomes exciting. The 1976 penny is known for off-center strikes, double die features, clipped planchets, and broad strike errors. An off-center penny, where part of the design is missing, but the date is still visible, can sell for hundreds. Depending on how dramatic the error is, double die coins, where the letters or numbers show a clear doubling effect, are hunted aggressively by specialists, and strong examples can command 4-figure prices. Clipped planchet errors, where the coin looks like a bite was taken out of it, are also collectible, and the cleaner the clip, the higher the value. There are also transitional curiosity stories that fuel million-dollar rumors. Some collectors believe experimental strikes and unusual metal compositions may exist. Though officially the 1976 penny remained, copper-rich coins that appear on the wrong planchet or show strange weight differences are immediately investigated by experts. If a confirmed wrong metal strike from that year surfaced in top condition, it could become a headline auction piece, potentially reaching life-changing money, because unique mint errors rewrite the history. Books and elite collectors chase uniqueness more than anything else. Another factor is grading authentication and market timing coins, certified by PCGS or NGC, with high-grade labels and strong eye appeal, consistently outperform raw coins. Auctions have shown that when 2 identical pennies appear, the slabbed and verified example can sell for many times more. Serious collectors trust third-party grading and registry. Competition pushes prices higher every year, especially for top population coins, with none finer listed in the census. Let us imagine the dream scenario. You discover a blazing red 1976 penny with a dramatic mint error. You send it for grading, and it comes back an ultra-high mint state with a rare classification. Suddenly, auction houses are calling, elite collectors are bidding, and your pocket change becomes a global headline, while million-dollar pennies are extremely rare. The coin market has proven again and again that unexpected modern issues can shock the world when rarity, demand, and story collide. So, how do you search start with rolls jars and old collections? Look for sharp detail, bright red color, unusual shapes doubling in the lettering, or anything that looks different from normal. Weigh suspicious coins, compare them with standard examples, and never clean a coin. Cleaning destroys value. If you think you found something special, store it safely and consult a professional grading service. Knowledge, patience, and careful observation are the true tools of a successful coin hunter. The 1976 Lincoln penny is a reminder that treasure does not always look like gold bars or ancient artifacts. Sometimes it hides in everyday change, waiting for the right person. To notice collectors who study varieties, understand grading, and follow auction trends, turn ordinary coins into extraordinary assets. And whether your penny is worth 1 cent, $100, or a legendary collector fortune, the thrill of the hunt is what keeps the hobby alive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1976 Lincoln penny, stay with the channel, because we reveal rare coins hidden in plain sight. Coins. You might already own coins that could rewrite your financial story. Keep searching, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of a single cent. Because in the world of coin collecting, small change can create massive surprises. Today, we are opening the door to one of the most talked about modern pennies in American history. A tiny copper coin that many people still ignore every single day. The 1977 Lincoln penny, a coin that most people think is common. But hidden inside this year are rare varieties, mint errors, and high-grade treasures that have sold for shocking prices. And some examples have reached values that feel impossible for a 1-cent coin. If you have ever saved pennies in a jar or inherited old change from family, this video could change how you see every coin forever, because the 1977 penny is proof that even modern pocket change can hold secrets worth thousands, and in extreme cases, life-changing money. So stay with me and listen carefully, because by the end of this deep dive, you will know exactly what to look for, how to grade your coin, and how collectors around the world are hunting for these treasures right now. The 1977 Lincoln cent was produced during a time when the United States Mint was striking billions of coins to keep up with demand. America was moving fast, vending machines were everywhere, and pennies were still heavily used in daily transactions, which means the mint pushed production to massive levels. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all played a role in creating the 1977 cents, and while most of them entered circulation as ordinary money, a small percentage left the mint with unusual characteristics that collectors now chase aggressively. Let us start with the basic numbers, because understanding mintage is important. Philadelphia struck more than 4 billion 1977 pennies, and these coins do not carry a mint mark. Denver produced over 3 billion coins, with the D mint mark. San Francisco created proof coins for collectors, and these proof coins were not meant for circulation. They were specially struck with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, and today, high-grade proof examples are already collectible. But the real excitement begins when we talk about condition, rarity, and mint errors. Condition is everything in coin. Collecting 2 coins from the same year can have a price difference of thousands of dollars depending on how well they were preserved. Most 1977 pennies you find in change will be heavily worn, but coins that were saved immediately after minting can survive in mint state condition. Mint state means no wear, only minor marks from contact with other coins. Grading companies use a scale from 1 to 70. And when a 1977 penny reaches grades like MS 66, MS 67 or higher, the value starts to climb quickly because very few coins remain that perfect after decades. A normal circulated 1977 penny is worth face value, but an uncirculated bright red example can sell for several dollars. And when we move into gem quality, the numbers jump dramatically. Certified MS 67 red coins have sold for hundreds of dollars, and top population coins graded MS 68 are extremely rare and have crossed the auction block for thousands. Collectors pay these prices because registry set competition pushes the best of the best into elite territory, where only a handful of coins exist. Now we move into the heart of the treasure hunt: mint errors. The 1977 penny is famous for dramatic errors that escaped quality control and entered circulation. These mistakes are what transform an everyday cent into a headline coin. One of the most valuable categories is the doubled die error. Doubling happens when the coin die receives a misaligned impression during manufacturing, and the result is visible extra thickness in letters and numbers, strong doubled die. Examples show clear separation in the date, and the word liberty and collectors are willing to pay huge premiums for bold, easily visible doubling authenticated doubled die. 1977 cents have sold for hundreds and even thousands depending on strength and condition. Another exciting category is off-center strikes, when a blank planchet is not properly seated during striking part of the design is missing, and the coin looks shifted. Coins that are off-center by 50% or more, while still showing a full date, are especially desirable. Dramatic off-center 1977 pennies can sell from $100 to over $1,000 depending on visual appeal. We also have clipped planchets, where a piece of the metal blank is missing before striking, creating a curved bite out of the coin. Genuine clips show a special weakness on the opposite. Rim called the Blakesley effect. Collectors love well-shaped clips, and prices range widely, but premium examples bring strong competition. Broad strikes are another error, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to spread outward. Larger than normal, these coins look thin and wide, and high-grade 1977. Broad strikes regularly sell for significant premiums because they are eye-catching and easy to explain to new collectors. Broad strikes regularly sell for significant premiums because they are eye-catching and easy to explain to new collectors. Perhaps the most dramatic errors are wrong planchet strikes. This happens when a penny design is accidentally struck on metal intended for another denomination. Imagine finding a 1977 penny struck on a dime planchet or a foreign coin blank. These pieces are rare. Mint accidents and auction prices can explode into the tens of thousands depending on authenticity and condition. These are the types of coins that create news headlines and fuel the dream that a penny can truly be worth a fortune. Color designation is another critical factor. Collectors classify copper coins as brown, red, brown, or red full original mint red coins command the highest prices because copper naturally darkens over time. Preserving that bright, fiery color for nearly 50 years is extremely difficult, which is why top-grade red examples are so valuable. Storage environment, humidity, and handling all affect color survival, and professional grading protects the coin in a sealed holder, preserving value for future generations. Let us talk about the San Francisco proof coins. 1977. S-proof pennies were struck with polished dies and specially prepared planchets, giving them mirror fields and frosted designs deep. Cameo examples with strong contrast are the most desirable perfect PR. 70 graded coins are rare modern icons and can sell for impressive prices because collectors chase flawless examples for registry competition. When searching for a valuable 1977 penny, lighting is your best friend. Tilt the coin slowly under a bright lamp. Look for unusual thickness in letters. Check the rim for clips. Examine the date for doubling, and always inspect overall. Luster a coin with blazing cartwheel shine has a better chance of being high grade. Never clean a coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly, and serious collectors avoid cleaned coins, no matter how rare they appear. Authentication is essential because the market contains counterfeits and altered coins. Reputable grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate authenticity grade and encapsulate the coin, providing confidence for buyers. Certified examples consistently sell for higher prices because the risk is removed from the transaction. The market for Lincoln cents remains one of the strongest areas in coin collecting because it combines affordability history and the thrill of discovery. Millions of people search penny rolls from banks hoping to find overlooked treasures, and while most coins are common, the excitement comes from the possibility that the next coin could be a rare variety or a top-grade survivor. Stories circulate of collectors who found high-value pennies in ordinary circulation, inherited jars, or estate collections. The 1977 penny represents that dream perfectly. It is modern enough to still appear in change, yet old enough to contain condition rarities that command serious money. If you want to start hunting, begin by separating all 1977 pennies. You store them in soft holders. Avoid touching the surfaces and compare them carefully using magnification build knowledge by studying confirmed error examples from auction archives. The more coins you examine, the sharper your eye becomes. And experienced collectors often say the real reward is not just money, but the skill developed along the journey. The idea that a 1-cent coin could be worth thousands captures the imagination of people worldwide. It reminds us that value is not always obvious. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. The 1977 Lincoln penny is a symbol of that hidden opportunity. A small copper circle carrying history, craftsmanship, and the potential for discovery. Coins collectors today, we are diving into a tiny coin that could secretly be hiding a fortune in your pocket, your jar, or your old family collection. The 1960 Lincoln penny, a coin. Most people ignore, but some rare versions have shocked the world with prices that reach into the thousands, and in extreme collector stories even higher. And today, you will learn exactly what makes this coin valuable, how to spot the rare errors and why. One simple penny from 1960 can turn into the treasure every collector dreams about. So stay locked in, because this episode could change the way you look at every single coin forever. The 1960 Lincoln penny is one of the most talked about small cents in American coin history because it exists in multiple major varieties, and those varieties created a treasure hunt that is still active today. The United States Mint produced billions of pennies in 1960, but not all pennies were created equal, and that is where value is born. Collectors do not chase common coins. They chase differences, mistakes, and rare combinations. And the 1960 penny delivers all of that in a powerful way. First, you need to understand that 1960 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, and the big story of this year is the transition between large date and small date designs. This is not a rumor and not a myth. It is a real design change that created collectible varieties. The large date and small date pennies look similar to beginners, but experienced collectors can spot the difference instantly. And that difference is where serious money starts. The 1960 large date penny is the more common version. The numbers in the date appear taller, thicker, and more open, especially the 6 and the 0. The small date version has tighter, thinner numbers, and the 0 looks more round and delicate. This tiny design shift created one of the most famous Lincoln cent varieties of the modern era, and collectors around the world still search rolls and boxes hoping to discover a high-grade small date example. Condition is everything in coin. Collecting a worn penny found in circulation might only be worth face value, but a 1960 small date penny in mint state condition with blazing red color can command impressive prices. Coins graded MS65 red and higher have sold for hundreds. And in elite grades, they push much further because top condition coins become registry set trophies and wealthy collectors compete aggressively for the finest known examples. Now we step into the Denver Mint story. The 1960 D penny also has large date and small date varieties, and this is where the hunt becomes even more exciting. The 1960 D small date is scarcer in high grades than many people realize, and when you combine rarity with perfect preservation, you create a recipe for strong auction performance. Certified high-end coins with full red surfaces and sharp strike details are the ones that bring premium money. Color plays a huge role in value. Lincoln cents are categorized as brown, red, brown, and red. A full red coin means it still carries its original mint luster and copper glow. That collectors crave a 1960 penny that looks like it was minted yesterday is far more valuable than one that turned dark over decades. This is why storage and preservation matter so much in the coin hobby. Another factor that can multiply value is errors and varieties. 1960 pennies are known for repunched mint marks, die chips off center strikes, and dramatic planche mistakes, while most coins are normal. A genuine mint error instantly becomes a collectible conversation. Piece and rare dramatic errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands, depending on eye appeal, and certification collectors love coins that tell a story. And mint errors are frozen moments of history. Grading companies such as PCGS and NGC play a critical role in modern coin values. A certified 1960 small date penny in a high mint state grade attracts serious buyers because authentication removes doubt and condition is guaranteed. Raw coins can still be valuable, but certified coins dominate the high-end market, especially when prices climb into four figures. Many viral headlines exaggerate coin prices by saying a penny is worth millions. The truth is more grounded but still exciting. No regular 1960 penny is casually selling for millions. However, elite registry-grade coins, unique error pieces, or historically important specimens can reach astonishing numbers relative to their face value. And that is the magic of coin. Face value. And that is the magic of coin, collecting a 1-cent coin, becoming a major collectible asset. If you want to hunt for valuable 1960 pennies, start by checking old jars, inherited collections, bank rolls, and estate sales. Use a magnifier study. The date, compare large and small date examples, and look closely at mint marks. Search for strong, luster-sharp details and unusual features. Learning to see coins like a collector transforms ordinary change into a field of opportunity. The Lincoln Penny series is beloved because it is accessible. Anyone can start with pocket change, yet deep enough for experts to spend a lifetime studying varieties. The 1960 issue sits right in the heart of that excitement, bridging everyday circulation and serious numismatic challenge. It teaches beginners about design, differences grading color, and market demand, all in 1 year of coinage. Collectors around the world continue to chase the perfect 1960 penny. Because perfection is rare, billions were struck, but only a microscopic fraction survived in flawless condition, untouched by time, and that rarity fuels competition auctions and rising interest each year. New collectors enter the market, and the best coins become harder to acquire. So, the next time you see a 1960 Lincoln cent, do not ignore it. Hold it under light study. The numbers inspect the surfaces. Imagine the journey that coin has taken from the mint to your hand. And remember that hidden among ordinary pennies are coins that collectors proudly pay serious money to own. Knowledge is the real treasure, and today you are ahead of the crowd. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting, because the smallest coin can carry the biggest surprise, and your next valuable discovery might already be waiting in your pocket. If you want, I can extend this into a much longer storytelling style script with pacing cues, suspense segments, and collector anecdotes to help you stretch it toward a full 2-hour narration. Just say continue, and I will build the next chapter. Coin collectors, today, we are diving into one of the most shocking hidden treasures in American pocket change. And this is not a fantasy story. This is a real coin that many people have touched without knowing its power. The 1971 Lincoln Penny, a coin that looks ordinary, but in rare conditions can explode in value and turn a single cent into a collector dream. And if you think modern pennies are worthless, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at your spare change the same way again. The 1971 Lincoln Penny was minted during a time when the United States was producing billions of coins. And most people believe high mintage means low value. But serious collectors know the truth. Value is not only about quantity, it is about condition errors, rarity and demand, and the 1971 penny checks. All of these boxes when you know what to search for. In 1971, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint produced huge numbers of Lincoln cents, and these coins were made of mostly copper with a small mix of tin and zinc, giving them that classic warm red color collectors love. But what makes this year special is the number of rare high-grade survivors and dramatic mint errors that slipped into circulation. Let us talk about condition first, because condition is where the money lives. A 1971 penny in worn condition is worth face value. But a 1971 penny in mint state, with blazing red surfaces, sharp details, and no marks, becomes a completely different animal. Collectors fight for coins, graded MS-66, MS-67 and higher, because they are extremely difficult to find. Auction records show that top-grade 1971 pennies, certified by professional grading companies, have sold for thousands of dollars, and special examples with perfect surfaces and full original luster can reach shocking prices that surprise even experienced collectors. The difference between a common coin and a valuable coin is sometimes just one grade point. Now we move to the real treasure, the era coins, and this is where the legend of the 1971 penny grows stronger. Era coins are mistakes made during the minting process, and collectors love mistakes because mistakes are rare, and rarity drives value. One of the most famous varieties is the 1971 doubled die penny. Doubled die means the design was stamped with a misaligned die, creating visible doubling in the letters and date. When you look closely at the word liberty, or the numbers in the date, you may see shadows or extra thickness. And if the doubling is strong and confirmed by experts, the value jumps dramatically. Another prize is the off-center strike. Imagine a penny that was not centered correctly during minting, leaving part of the design missing. These off-center coins are eye-catching and highly collectible, especially when the date is still visible. A dramatic off-center 1971 penny can sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on the percentage of the error. There are also clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is missing because the metal blank was cut incorrectly. These crescent-shaped mistakes are authentic mint errors, and collectors hunt them aggressively. A clean-clipped 1971 penny with strong detail can command serious money. Then we have die cracks and cuds, raised lines, or blobs of metal caused by damaged dies. These give each coin a unique fingerprint, and advanced collectors pay premiums for bold, dramatic examples. But here is the part that excites treasure hunters. The most high-grade red era coins combine two layers of rarity, condition, and mistake. When a 1971 penny is both a major error and preserved in near-perfect state, the market can explode with bidding wars because collectors know they may never see another one like it. Some elite examples have reached prices that sound unreal for a 1-cent coin. And while not every 1971 penny is worth millions, the rarest certified top population pieces sit in collections valued like fine art and passed between investors at astonishing prices. So how do you search your own coins? Start with lighting, use a bright white light, tilt the coin slowly, and inspect the date. Liberty and In God We Trust, look for doubling strange shapes or missing metal. Check the edges for irregular cuts and always protect potential fines in a soft holder. Never clean a coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly, and collectors can detect it in seconds. If you believe you found something special, the next step is professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC authentication. Turns a mystery coin into a documented collectible, and documentation is what unlocks real market value. The 1971 Lincoln penny proves a powerful lesson in coin collecting. Value hides in plain sight. History travels through our hands every day, and sometimes the smallest coin carries the biggest surprise. Imagine opening a jar of old pennies and discovering a piece that collectors around the world are hunting. Imagine turning 1 cent into a story, a legacy, and a financial win. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby. It is a treasure hunt that never ends. So before you spend another penny, stop, look closely, and respect the history in your palm. Because the next legendary 1971 Lincoln cent might already be waiting in your pocket. Now let us go deeper into the world of elite collectors, because understanding how professionals think will completely change the way you look at the 1971 Lincoln penny. Serious numismatists do not just collect coins. They study populations, survival rates, and grading statistics, and this is where the hidden power of the 1971 cent becomes clear. Billions were minted, but only a microscopic fraction survived. In flawless condition, coins were meant to circulate. They were dropped, scraped, counted, rolled, and abused every day. So when a perfect blazing red example survives for more than 50 years, it becomes a time capsule, and collectors treat time capsules like museum artifacts. Population reports from grading companies reveal a shocking truth. The higher the grade, the faster the numbers collapse. Thousands exist in average mint state, but only a tiny ladder of coins reaches the absolute summit. And when supply becomes that thin, even modern coins can behave like rare antiques in the auction world. Auction houses have seen fierce bidding wars, where advanced collectors compete not for metal, but for ranking. Owning the finest known example of a date gives status inside the hobby. It is like owning a world record, and wealthy collectors are willing to pay extreme premiums to secure that title. This is why a single point difference on a grading scale can multiply value 10 times, or More an MS-66 coin might sell for a modest premium, but an MS-67 Plus with perfect color and strike can jump into an entirely different financial universe condition. Rarity is invisible to beginners, but it is everything to experts. Now let us talk about color, because copper coins live and die by their surfaces. When a 1971 penny leaves the mint, it shines with bright red fire over time. Air moisture and fingerprints turn that red into brown. Collectors categorize. Turn that red into brown collectors categorize color as red, red, brown, and brown. And pure red examples bring the strongest prices. A full red coin that looks like it was minted yesterday is incredibly difficult to preserve for decades, which is why untouched original rolls discovered in old bank vaults or family estates create excitement in the collecting community. Roll finds sometimes produce coins that have slept in darkness since 1971, and opening one feels like opening a portal to the past. Another layer of value comes from strike quality. Not all coins are struck equally. Some show razor-sharp details in Lincoln's hair and the wheat lines on the reverse, while others appear soft because of worn dies collectors chase sharply struck coins because they represent the mint at its best. Stop what you are doing right now, because the coin hiding in your pocket or sleeping inside an old jar at home could mean life-changing money today. We are talking about the 1973 Lincoln penny, a tiny copper coin that most people ignore, but collectors around the world are hunting like treasure. And some rare versions of this coin have shocked the market with prices that sound unreal. This is not just pocket change, this is a history lesson, a treasure hunt, and a money story rolled into one. And by the end of this video, you will never look at a penny the same way again. Welcome back to Coins Collector, where we turn everyday coins into exciting discoveries. And today, we dive deep into the 1973 Lincoln cent, a coin minted in massive numbers, yet hiding rare secrets that serious collectors pay huge money to own. The 1973 Lincoln penny was produced at 3 major mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each location creating coins with unique characteristics. Philadelphia coins show no mint mark. Denver coins carry the small d, and San Francisco coins carry the S, and were often made as proof coins for collectors, even though billions were minted. Condition rarity and mint errors are what transform an ordinary penny into a headline-making collectible. Let us start with the standard 1973 penny from Philadelphia. Over 4 billion coins were struck, which sounds like it should kill all value, but survival in perfect condition is extremely rare. Most pennies entered circulation immediately facing scratches, dirt, and wear. Finding a 1973 penny in mint state condition with blazing red color sharp details and no damage is incredibly difficult, and high-grade certified examples have sold for hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars depending on grade. Collectors use a grading scale from poor condition all the way to MS-70, which represents a flawless coin, a 1973 penny. Graded MS-65 red is already a premium collectible, but when you reach MS-67 red, or higher prices jump dramatically, because only a tiny fraction survive at that level. Scarcity at the top is what fuels serious auction competition. Now let us move to the 1973 D penny from Denver. Another huge mintage, yet again. Condition is everything Denver coins are famous for. Strike variations, some show weaker details, especially in Lincoln hair and the wheat-style memorial lines on the reverse. A sharply struck Denver coin with glowing red surfaces attracts strong demand, and top population pieces certified by major grading companies can reach impressive prices. The San Francisco 1973 S proof penny is a different story. Proof coins were specially struck for collectors using polished dies and planchets creating mirror-like fields and frosted designs. But even proof coins can contain rare varieties. Cameo and deep cameo examples, where Lincoln appears frosted against a black mirror background, are prized by collectors. Flawless deep cameo proofs with no hay spots or scratches command strong premiums. But the real excitement comes from mint errors and varieties. Error collectors search relentlessly for mistakes that escaped the mint and entered circulation, and the 1973 penny offers several fascinating possibilities. Doubled die varieties show visible doubling in letters or numbers caused by die misalignment during creation. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is not centered during striking. Clipped planchets appear when a piece of metal is missing. Broad strikes happen without the retaining collar and create stretched coins. A dramatic error in high-grade condition can sell for hundreds or thousands, depending on visual impact rarity and collector demand. The more obvious and attractive the error, the higher the value, especially when certified authentic. Color designation is another key factor. Copper coins are classified as brown, red-brown, or red full original red. Color is the most desirable because copper darkens over time, a blazing red. 1973. Penny preserved for decades in perfect storage becomes a time capsule, and collectors pay premium prices for that fresh mint appearance. Storage and preservation matter. Greatly coins kept in humid environments tone and corrode, while coins sealed in protective holders survive beautifully. Many high-value examples discovered today come from original bank rolls, or old collections where coins were never circulated. Auction history shows that registry-quality 1973 pennies in elite grades have achieved eye-catching results, not because the coin is ancient or made of precious metal, but because perfection is rare. Modern coins in perfect condition can be harder to find than older coins because people assumed they were worthless and failed to protect them. If you want to search for valuable 1973 pennies, start by examining pocket change coin jars, inherited collections, and bank-wrapped rolls. Use a magnifying glass or loupe check for strong strike clean surfaces and bright color. Look closely at the date. Mint mark and lettering for doubling or unusual shapes errors often hide in plain sight. Never clean a coin. Cleaning destroys original surfaces and instantly reduces collector value. Even a rare coin can lose most of its worth if polished or scratched collectors want originality, not shine. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC authenticate and grade coins, sealing them in protective holders. A certified coin brings trust to buyers and often sells for higher prices because the grade is verified by experts. Market value changes with collector demand, economic trends, and registry competition, so updated prices depend on timing. But the message is clear. Top quality 1973 Lincoln pennies are far more valuable than face value, and rare error examples can surprise even seasoned collectors. Coin collecting is not just about money, it is about history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. Every penny passed through. Countless hands traveled across cities and witnessed decades of change. Holding a coin connects you to that story. The 1973 Lincoln cent represents a moment in American minting when copper coins still dominated everyday commerce. Just before composition changes, later in the decade, these pennies carry the classic weight, feel, and sound that many collectors love. Imagine finding a near-perfect red 1973 penny tucked inside an old album untouched for 50 years. That single coin could finance a vacation fund, a new investment, or the start of a serious collection. Stories like this fuel the passion of collectors worldwide. So the next time you receive change, do not ignore the pennies. Slow down, look carefully, and remember that rarity often hides inside. The ordinary treasure hunters are not only in movies, they are in kitchens, garages, and coin shops, searching rolls every day. If you enjoy discovering the hidden value of everyday coins, stay with Coins Collector, where we reveal market updates, grading secrets, and shops searching rolls every day. If you enjoy discovering the hidden value of everyday coins, stay with Coins Collector, where we reveal market updates, grading secrets, and real auction stories that turn small change into big excitement.